Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. Today we are looking at a toy from Attack of the Clones. This is a clone trooper. And of course everyone remembers this is the first version of Imperial troopers that are Republic troopers that eventually would evolve into stormtroopers. So let's take a little bit closer look at him. And the first thing you see is he comes with a extra accessory. You can see this little tripod cannon. And it's got little handles on it for him to hold. And it actually has a firing projectile, and you can see you can tilt it up and down. There's actually no rotation to it, it's just up and down. So, but you can see it has a small projectile in it, and what you do is there's a trigger mechanism right here on the top, and then what you're going to do is pull back on the trigger and the missile shall fire. There you go. And you just reload it back in there. Do you hear click? And fire. And that's how this cannon works. It's pretty simple, pretty standard stuff. There we go. And if we look at the trooper here, you can see he's in white armor with red highlights. And the trooper himself actually came with a little attempt at a stand here. You can see the little brown thing on the bottom of his foot. And what that is he came with a little accessory piece that is removable. It's just a little rock with a foot peg in it. And I think they were trying to make an attempt, I'll show you on the back of the packaging, that is for a simple little stand that this guy could pose on, and it kind of looks like he's running, but one thing I've found is it's not real practical. It doesn't really work. I mean, his foot stands in it, but he doesn't stand up, so it's really just for looks as far as I can tell. And you can see the figure all the way around. And let's look at him a little bit closer here. You can see he comes with a large blaster rifle, and it does come out of his hands. It just kind of pops out here, and there you can see it. It's one of the rifles from Attack of the Clones. And this is actually rare for a 3 1/4 figure. If you look, they actually painted the gun. And it has a brown, what it looks like it's their attempt at a wood stock. Oh, come on now, just stay in there. There you go. You can see it's got little speckles on it, and oops. And a wood stock, if you can see. But here's the actual trooper himself, and he's kind of unique because he moves a little different. They really put with these blue carded figures from Attack of the Clones, they really put a lot of effort into detail in these things. And you can see if you look at his finger, it actually has a trigger finger that actually lines up with the trigger on the gun when he's holding it. And he does have wrist movement. You can turn his wrists. And he does have elbow movement and shoulder movement. It's the same thing on both arms. You can move his wrists, shoulders, elbows. His head does turn. He's got waist movement. And his legs are pretty unique too. They're not like standard 3 3/4 figures. He's got elbow movement. Or I'm sorry, knee movement and hip movement. And it's not your normal just slide back and forward. You can't, it looks like it, but if you could feel it in my hands, you can feel it's like a little ball joint in there at his hip. And look, you can see his knee spins as well, so you can pose the figure. And both legs do that. And here, let's see if we can get them put back together here. And see, you can see his hands are pretty pre-designed to hold the blaster rifle there. Let's see. And then of course we want to put the rock for posing on his other foot. Let's see if we can get him to stand here. And let's take a look at the back of the packaging real quick. And if you look real closely, you can see in this picture here what they were trying to do with this rock. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark, but there's a little rock under his foot, and they've got him posing in this running position. But I gave it an attempt earlier to get him to do that, and you can get him in that position, but he is not going to stand up. And you can see they got him posing with the tripod and his rifle. And let's read about the clone trooper real quick. They got a real small description of him here. Let's see. Trained specifically for military combat, clone troopers are virtually indistinguishable from one another. Part of a cloning army, they are grown in the cloning facility of Tipico City, a luminescent city of industry emerging from the raging seas of Camino. And there you have it, everyone. There is your clone trooper from Attack of the Clones with tripod cannon and blaster rifle. And thanks for watching, everyone.